It's funny how the universe decides to crash a plane the same week you swear to never talk to your coworker again. But fate doesn't give a damn about HR policies or my personal grudge against Ethan Hayes. I always thought hate was a strong word until I met Ethan. Arrogant, smug, with a jawline that could cut glass and a vocabulary crafted entirely out of sarcasm. We both worked in business development for a rising tech company in New York, and while everyone else was charmed by his effortless confidence, I saw through the act. Every meeting with him felt like a battlefield. He'd interrupt, undermine, smirk like he knew every thought in my head. I hated him for how good he looked in a tailored suit, and even more for how effortlessly he made people laugh. So when our boss announced we'd be flying to Seattle together for an investor pitch, just the two of us on the company's new private jet, I almost quit on the spot. The turbulence started 20 minutes into the flight. I barely had time to shoot Ethan another annoyed glance before the oxygen masks dropped. Screams, flashing lights, the sickening drop in altitude. The moment still haunts meth sound of metal tearing, the blinding white of panic, and then darkness. When I came to, the plane was in pieces. Trees stabbed through the fuselage like nature's revenge. Smoke curled through the air, and the only sound louder than the creaking wreckage was the pounding of my heart. Liam, Liam. It was Ethan, blood smeared across his temple, crawling toward me with genuine fear in his eyes. Not the smug bastard I knew from the office. A man who was scared out of his mind. You okay? I nodded, or tried to. Pain bloomed across my shoulder. I winced. He reached out and helped me sit up, his hands rough, trembling, but surprisingly gentle. We were in the middle of nowhere. No signal.
No GPS.
No pilot. Just me, Ethan, and the wilderness. The first night, we found some supplies and started a fire with what little dry wood we could find. We didn't talk much, just sat in silence, shivering, the flames dancing shadows across our faces. The second night, the rain came. We huddled under a chunk of wing we dragged from the wreck. At some point, I realized Ethan had draped his jacket over my back. Don't flatter yourself, he muttered when he caught me looking. You were turning blue. By day 3, something shifted. I thought you hated me, I said while we were boiling water in a dented thermos. I do, Ethan replied too quickly. Then after a pause, he added, or maybe I just didn't know how else to talk to you. I looked at him, really looked. He wasn't perfect. His lips were chapped, his hair a mess, dirt streaked across his neck. But in the firelight, he looked more human than ever. Fragile, real. Why do you always challenge me? I asked. Because you challenge me first, he whispered. We were quiet again, but it wasn't the same silence as before. There was something simmering beneath it now, a tension that felt like a storm waiting to break. It finally died in day 5. We were fighting over something stupid. The map, whether to go east or north. We were yelling, angry, exhausted. You always think you know better, I snapped. And you act like feelings are a disease, he shot back. I shoved him. He shoved me harder. Why does everything with you have to be a war? He hissed. Because you make me feel like I'm losing control. He stared at me, breathless, like he just understood something vital. Is that what this is about? He said, voice hoarse. You feel something for me? I don't. My throat closed. I couldn't say it, couldn't lie, couldn't tell the truth. So I kissed him. I didn't mean to. It just happened, raw, desperate, angry, full of the things we never said in conference rooms and elevator rides. And when he kissed me back, it wasn't soft. It was explosive. Later, as we lay in each other's arms under the tarp, I whispered into the quiet, I think I've been falling for you this whole time. He laughed softly. Took you long enough. We were rescued on the 7th day. I expected the awkward return to reality, the distance, the silence. But Ethan never looked away. When the rescue team led us toward the helicopter, his fingers brushed mine. Not enough for the world to see, but enough for me to feel. Back in New York, we didn't pretend nothing happened. He brought me coffee the next morning.
No jokes.
Just, want to have dinner sometime? I hate you, I said, just to watch the flicker in his eyes. Good, he smiled. Dinner at 8. People talk about surviving crashes like they're miracles. I think the real miracle is surviving yourself, the walls you build, the fear you feed, the love you deny. The plane crash didn't just change how I saw Ethan. It changed how I saw myself. And the next time he leaned in the middle of a quiet elevator ride, and whispered, "I still hate you," I kissed him back, smiled, and said, "I love you too." Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.